A priest and a nun are caught in a blizzard. They find a deserted cabin and take shelter, where they find a sleeping bag, a bed, and a pile of blankets. The priest, being a gentleman, offers the nun the bed and takes the sleeping bag for himself. As they get tucked in for the night, the nun calls out, "Father, Father, I'm cold." So the priest gets up and puts another blanket on the nun. "Is that better, sister?" he asks. "Yes, father, much better," she replies. So he gets back in his sleeping bag and starts to nod off, when she again calls out, "Father, I'm still cold." So once again the priest gets up and puts another blanket on her, ensuring she is tucked into the bed well. "Is that better, sister?" he asks. "Oh yes, father, that's much better," she says. So the priest gets himself back into the sleeping bag and is just starting to dream when he wakes up to her calling out, "Father, Father, I'm just so cold." The priest thinks long about this and finally says, "Sister, we are in the middle of nowhere in a blizzard. No one but you, me, and the Lord himself will ever know what happens here tonight. How about, just for this night, we act as though we were married?" The nun thinks about this for a minute. She can't help but admit to herself she's been curious, and finally answers, "Okay, father, just for tonight, we will act as though we are married." And with that, the nun starts taking off her panties when she hears the priest saying, "Then get your own damn blanket." An American businessman found himself on a business trip to Japan, where he was scheduled for several important work-related meetings. During his stay in the bustling city, he decided to indulge in some of the local pleasures that the nightlife had to offer, and ended up hiring a local companion for the evening. They spent the entire night together, enjoying each other's company. Throughout their time together, the woman repeatedly exclaimed, "Fuju Fuju," which the businessman, with his limited understanding of the Japanese language, interpreted as a sign of her enjoyment and pleasure. The following day, the businessman had arranged to play a round of golf with some of his Japanese business partners at a prestigious golf course on the outskirts of the city. As luck would have it, he managed to hit a hole-in-one, a rare and impressive feat in the world of golf. Overwhelmed with excitement and remembering the word from the night before, which he still believed to be an expression of joy and exhilaration, he excitedly shouted, "Fuju!" hoping to share his triumph and impress his Japanese colleagues with his apparent knowledge of their language. However, instead of the impressed and congratulatory reaction he was expecting, one of the Japanese business partners looked at him with a rather confused and slightly embarrassed expression. He hesitated for a moment and then said, "No, you got the right hole.